Welcome to the Money Talk podcast. We are here every Monday, 5 p.m. EST. And the first story of the day is that Lyft has put out a new bonus feature. I'm actually really happy about this bonus feature. I don't think we're going to see a lot of it, but let's dig into what we have. So it's so new that it's not even on their bonus page yet. My assumption is that they rushed it to market for Halloween, but the new bonus feature is called the hourly bonus hours. There we go. So you can score it. So they sent this email out to me right before the Halloween weekend started. It says score an extra $5 on every ride during bonus hours, starting Saturday at 10 p.m. Cash in on the Halloween surge and unlock extra cash. It's a win-win. I do think this is a really good bonus. I already know what some of the problems are going to be, and we'll touch on that in a second. So this is actually the first time they alerted me to it. If you should always have your Lyft notifications on. They do a great job letting you know what's happening, right? They don't over spam you, but they let you know when your bonuses are coming in. And I would have never known about this new bonus in time. So it says Halloween bonus hours alert, all trick, no treat, unlock $5 extra on every ride starting at 10 p.m. on October 28th. Tap for details. And when you tap into that, you can see the bonus. It tells you how it works. Give rides during the bonus hour from 10 to 11 p.m. Give rides during the bonus hour from 10 to 11 p.m. on October 28th. Earn an extra $5 on every ride. You'll get an extra $5 on every ride that you give during the bonus hour. The offer will stay unlocked even if you decline rides or go offline. That's pretty huge, right? With some of the other bonuses, unless you're a platinum driver, you can't really go offline if you need to. Like sometimes you have to go use the bathroom, you might get hungry, or something just might happen, you might want to help someone who's hurting on the side of the road or something. Having the freedom to stop a bonus and pick it back up is a huge win. And I'm really liking this bonus. So it says you'll get the bonus on the earnings tab after you complete each ride. And what's great about these is they work in conjunction with bonus zones. So if you're in a hot bonus zone and it's giving you $15 per ride, you'll still get that extra $5 on top of that 15 plus the normal ride scaling. So here's the parameters. You can earn an extra $3 to $8 on every ride during a bonus hour. So they were offering me $5, which is in the middle. You can earn bonuses during a bonus hour by accepting or picking up rides during the 1 hour offer window, completing each ride. If you or a passenger cancel a ride, you won't receive a bonus for that ride. I don't like that. This is how it is. But I feel like if a driver is out there driving because there are bonuses, and the passenger is the one who cancels the ride, I think the driver should still get it, right? I know there's a cancellation fee involved. I don't see why that can't be added on top of the cancellation fee. Our time is being wasted. So not a huge fan of that. There are no penalties for missing or canceling rides during a bonus hour. Pretty dope. Wait. Whoa, hold on. The bonus hour will stay unlocked even if you decline rides or go offline. I don't know if that means that during a bonus hour, if I cancel, it won't be attached to my cancellation percentage, right? Now, if I'll have to test it. And if that's true, that's a big win. And if it's not, then this is misleading and I'm going to complain about it. There's no limit to how many bonuses you can earn during the bonus hour window. The more rides you complete, the more bonuses you earn. Now, I am going to show you a great way to maximize this bonus, right? I'm going to show you right here on this podcast. So I wanted to see how widespread this is, how many other drivers are seeing it. So I go to Reddit and, other drivers are saying, hey, is this a new thing? Never seen it before. So I just like doing that to see, is it my market it's happening in? Is it for me because I'm a platinum driver? I like to know who has access to these things. Hey, Ron. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have you seen the new bonus that Lyft is offering? Did you drive for Halloween weekend? So this guy says, as I'm writing this, I'm 15 minutes into one of these bonus hours and I still haven't received a single request. Now, I need more information. I don't know if he's sitting at home in a non-busy area. This was 3 days ago. 3 days ago was what? 1, 2, 3. That was Friday. I don't know where he lives. I don't know how busy it is where he lives, but I need more information than that. I have a couple 5 bonus hours. I like good puns. Dang, I don't know what I just did. Hold on. Oh, I want to go back to that comment. I messed it up. There we go. I have a couple of $5 bonus hours. Want to bet they pull an Uber and post an upfront offer incorporating the $5 bonus below base fare prices, say like $6.25. So I have seen this. This is real, where users will get a ride on Uber. There'll be no bonus attached to it, and it'll be like $20. And then they won't accept it, and then it'll pop up again in the bonus zone, same ride, same destination, same distance, and it'll say bonus included, but it'll be the same price. So I have seen that. I don't think Lyft will do that. I hope they don't, but it's pretty shady practices. Nice, nice. So Ron's got it. I got it. I couldn't take advantage of it because my car's still in the shop, so I didn't do any driving this weekend. I missed out on a lot of money, but that's okay. I'm happy that I have an emergency fund for my business, and my business will take care of my car. It's gonna be about $700, but it's the first time I've ever had an issue with my car. I got my car at like 500 miles, and it's at like almost 130,000 miles, and this is the first non-regular issue. It's the wheel bearing that's going out, and it's messing with my wheel speed sensor, which messes with my brakes. So it was too dangerous for me to want to go out there and drive. Ron asks, any news if Lyft drivers pay for getting onto Kilwa Island? Kilwa Island. I always struggle saying that. I haven't been there in months because the last, like, it's hit or miss. Sometimes when I go out there, the security will warn me, right? I've never actually had to pay, but they'll warn me, hey, you're supposed to be paying. And sometimes those rides can be worth it if it's slow, even if you don't get a ride back. And I like the quietness of it, but I don't want to risk going out there and having to pay money. Or what I'll do now is I'll let the passenger know as soon as I get there from the airport, hey, this could cost money. I don't see I would like for Lyft to pay it. In fact, maybe I can see if I can get that taken care of. Maybe. I don't know if I have enough social influence for that yet, but maybe. So this guy's also asking about the new bonus zone. He has some good streaks: a $21 streak, $18 streak. He gets the $5, 12 p.m. High demand. That's a good area wherever he is. If you get one ride during the hour, it'll be 60 minutes, $20 a ride, $5 bonus included. Some people are just born negative, right? And they stand in their own way of making money. So it says they will give you some rides and thank you for declining rides. I just focus on going to a busy area for short rides, and it works out sometimes. Isn't it cute? Instead of an $18 streak zone, it's a $6 streak zone. I don't understand how that broke into that. They wanted to keep lowering it, but I think depending on your market, the $5 bonus is great. Like I have a video called "How I Double My Income with New Lyft Strategy," and it will literally break down
here on YouTube. Here's a couple other days where I use the
it's over here
doubling up on your,
and it goes up based off of your tier.
So here I pretty much break down a strategy that's probably going to be best used for the $5 hourly pay. It's just used to stay within a filter. Go to somewhere you know is busy. You know that bonus zones are going to pop up, and then you just turn it on.
I'm going to get a bunch of short rides. And once the heat zone in downtown Charleston gets hotter, it's going to be like $5, $6, $7, $8, $10 per ride. I'm going to be taking a bunch of short rides and have that bonus on it. And what that's going to do is that's going to, one, allow me to accumulate a lot of rides. Two, I'm going to do a lot of rides, make a lot of money without spending a lot on gas. I know Dave Matthews Band is in town. I know there's also a festival, but I don't want to get caught up in that traffic. See, it's getting hot over here because that's where the concert is going to be. And
skip forward
because there's going to be a lot of traffic.
but everything I said that would happen came true.
So it's looking pretty good within my zone. You can't see it because it's covered in red.
So like
zone,
to make the best out of the $5 hourly bonus, you have to know your market. There's like, it's all building blocks. Like you train yourself to know your market. You know where zones are going to be. You know where you need to be to make the best use of it. And then you use the tools that are available to you. And you have more access to those tools if you're a platinum driver. So it's people complaining about an additional tool. It's not like this tool is replacing something else. And it could. Who knows? It could. But right now, it's an additional tool. I don't see how this is negative in any way, shape, or form. Ron says, plain dumb doesn't work for me anymore. I show the guard the way bill on my phone. Yeah, so like they ask for the way bill. If it's not from Uber, because Uber drivers don't have to pay. If it's not from Uber, sometimes they'll say stuff. So I don't know. I haven't been out there in months. I use the turn your area filter on, and I just stay downtown, man. I really just stay downtown. So Uber begins offering rides in self-driving Waymo cars. All right. They've done this before, and I'm going to show you a video what happened the first time they've done this. Customers ordering an Uber in Phoenix now have the option to take their ride in a fully autonomous vehicle, the company announced in a blog post on Thursday, so a couple days ago, 4 days ago. Uber partnered with the autonomous car company Waymo, owned by Google parent Alphabet. Phoenix is the first city where Uber has publicly rolled out access to Waymo's cars, in part because it's the largest full autonomous service area in the world, according to a release. The autonomous Uber rides will be serviced by Waymo, and rides will be the same price as the traditional car rides Uber offers, and Uber spokesman told CNBC. The spokesperson added that both Uber and Waymo have received support from local regulators. So this is interesting because a lot of drivers that I talk to, on public forums like Facebook or Reddit, or even in person, they don't see self-driving cars as a threat. And that's because there's a lot of articles out there about, some getting shut down and some just not working correctly, but they're gonna muscle through those problems and learn how to deal with those problems. Statistically speaking, self-driving cars are safer than human driving cars, but the problem is that humans want to be in control of their mistakes. And I get that. That's understandable. But drivers need to pay attention to this. If you don't have a plan after rideshare, you need one. Lyft and Uber have both said it. They have outwardly said their goal is to replace drivers. And for some reason, drivers don't want to believe them. I don't understand why they're in denial. So here's the same story, but this is actually from Uber. It goes into a little more detail. Autonomous rides are arriving on Uber with Waymo, and it kind of shows you how it works, So how to ride with an, even this little graphic over here. How to ride with an AV. Starting today in Metro Phoenix, riders who request an Uber X, Uber Green, Uber Comfort, or Uber Comfort Electric may be matched with the Waymo vehicle if the route is part of Waymo's newly expanded operating territory, which includes Sky Harbor International Airport. That's big. It includes an airport. That is a problem for people who stay at airports. And a dedicated Waymo vehicle is available. Now, people might be saying like, oh, just like, even if 5 of these are on the road, that's going to cut into drivers' profits. Like it just straight up is. Even one extra driver on the road cuts into profits, especially if it's during slowdown period. So people need to be aware of this. They need to have a plan to figure out how they're going to exit Uber and Lyft for when this becomes more widespread. Uber customers in Phoenix who are excited about riding an autonomous vehicle can increase their chances of being matched with an AV by opting in the ride preferences section. So it says it can increase their chances, which means even if you don't do anything, passengers are still this is gonna pop up for them. Now, will they cancel because they didn't know it was happening? Maybe. I know that if I was in Phoenix, I'd want to try it. I'd probably be scared. I'd probably have some things I'd be worrying about, but I would definitely try this. All right, so it says safety is a top priority. So we hope. Yeah, this is what they said. So this isn't Uber's first try at self-driving cars. They did it a long time ago and they did it themselves. They didn't partner with anyone. And I'm going to show you a video of what happened last time. It's not gruesome, it's not explicit, it's safe.
Arizona police have released a video of the moments before a self-driving Uber hit a pedestrian in Tempe. The footage taken from inside the test vehicle shows the car driving along a dark road when a woman walking a bicycle appears in the headlights. The vehicle's human backup driver is looking down until seconds before the crash.
Okay, so that woman died. She's no longer with us. And so the car was self-driving. The car notified the driver that it needed to take over. It was dark. It didn't really understand what was going on. And the driver didn't do so. So it's not really it's a combination of human error and mechanical error. Mechanical error being not having human-like reactions, and the person who's in charge of making sure this is safe wasn't paying attention. This is a long time ago. This was 5 years ago. So the technology has come a lot farther since then, but this is when Uber said, "Nah, we're done." Hey, Kenrick, welcome to the stream. So there's a lot of regulation that needs to happen, but it does seem that Arizona is ground zero. I thought it would be San Francisco, but there seems to be some pushback. Arizona probably has wider roads. So last week we reported that Cruise, they expanded into Texas. Forgot which city in Texas, but the California DMV just suspended Cruise's Robotaxi permit. So this is a win for rideshare drivers and a step back for Cruise. The California Department of Motor Vehicles said Tuesday it has immediately suspended Cruise deployment and driverless testing permits, ending the GM self-driving car subsidiary Robotaxi operations in San Francisco just months after receiving the last necessary permit to commercialize its operations. So it was that close. It needed one more permit to be legit, and they got banned. The DMV's order of suspension, which TechCrunch has viewed, states that Cruise withheld video footage from an ongoing investigation, prompting the agency to suspend its permit. The DMV said it met with Cruise representatives on October 3rd, one day after an incident that left a pedestrian who had initially been hit by a human driver car stuck under a Cruise Robotaxi. So I did report on this last week, and it is weird that, well, I don't know what the human driver is facing, but a human driver hit someone, and that someone got lodged underneath the self-driving car. So during the meeting, the department was shown video footage of the accident captured by the AV onboard cameras. The video footage presented to the department ended with AV's initial stop following the hard braking maneuver. Footage of the subsequent movement of the AV to perform a pullover maneuver was not shown, and the department and crews did not disclose any of that additional movement of the vehicle had occurred after the initial stop of the vehicle. So, all right, so apparently Cruise was too scared to show what happened after the person was underneath the car. But they should have. I feel like if they should have, they might have gotten some backlash for it, but I don't think they would have gotten their permit suspended. They should have just had full transparency. Like, the initial accident wasn't their fault, but there are some seconds after the accident where if a human driver was there, maybe it doesn't continue roll over in this passenger. So that's something that we really need to look out for. And here's a news video on what happened.
Jack, what can you tell us here?
Yeah, and this is still very much an active scene. As you can see, the section of 5th between Market and Mission still blocked off. To my left over there, you can see the Cruise vehicle that was involved in this. We're told that around 9:30 this evening, a female pedestrian was crossing the street when she was struck by that Cruise vehicle. We are told that no one was inside the Cruise vehicle. There was no driver behind the wheel, and there were no passengers inside that Cruise vehicle. But the female pedestrian becoming trapped underneath of that vehicle, trapped under the left axle. For more on the rescue effort that took place, I am joined with Jonathan Baxter of the San Francisco Fire Department. Jonathan, what challenges did you face when you arrived here finding that woman underneath the vehicle?
Well, I'm Captain Justin Shore, filling in for Jonathan Baxter tonight. What I can tell you is that rescuers were dispatched to a reported motor vehicle versus pedestrian. When they arrived on scene, they found a female underneath the left rear axle of a stopped autonomous vehicle. This was a unique situation because rescuers didn't have a driver or any passengers to ask about the nature of the injuries or how the victim became to be beneath the vehicle. Rescuers quickly were able to contact the vehicle operator via the voice controls inside, disable the vehicle to a stop, and use heavy rescue tools from our ladder trucks and rescue squad, including the Jaws of Life, to lift the vehicle off of the victim and pull her to safety.
And man, that fire captain, whatever, he's on point. He knows exactly what happened. He knows exactly what he had to say. He did a good job articulating every step of the way. But he brings up some good points, right? In a situation where a driverless car hits someone, I assume there's cameras, but we don't have immediate access to those cameras. When police gets there, they're not going to really know what's going on. When medical gets there, they're not going to really know what's going on. So he does bring up a point there that I never even thought about. Luke Newman says, "Hi, I'm your biggest fan." What's up, Luke? Appreciate you for coming, leaving a comment. Ron says, "Autonomous vehicles can still be tricked by mirrored sides of 18-wheelers." Ben Shapiro speed talking. I guess it's my fault. I listen to you when I'm alone. I watch videos at 2x speed. I can't listen to Ben at 2x speed though. I have to listen to him at like 1.5. But I don't know. Is that too fast? Is that should I just keep it at regular speed? All right, so we have 8 minutes left in the stream. After the stream, I'm going to send you guys over to a video that's going to go live at around 5:30. So we have a couple more articles. We probably won't be able to finish all of them. So this article is about what to do if you're caught in a rideshare wreck. It kind of gives you the step-by-step of what you should do. I want to share this with you guys because no one thinks about it until it's too late. So step-by-step. No way. Luke says I should listen at 0.75 speed. You're tripping. So step 1, check for injuries. Dial 911 for immediate medical help if necessary. Most people won't even do that first. They'll be concerned about the job. I don't blame them. 2, move to safety. Relocate your vehicle away from the flow of traffic. 3, call for help. Contact the authorities, even for minor accidents, to get that all important police report. Police report is very important, especially if it's not your fault. You got to make sure you go ahead and do that. Call for help. Contact the authorities. We just said that. Get snappy. Get all your pictures in. I would just turn video on. To be honest, turn video on. Get all that video, because you do pictures, you might miss something you didn't know you needed to look at. Versus if your video is just on, you might be able to go back and find something. Exchange info, obvious. Snap photos. Gather witnesses. Yeah, start looking around. Who's paying attention? Figure out who saw the whole thing. Get a voice, depending on your state, could be illegal, but get a recording of whatever they're saying. Like you just want to make sure you're not as fault as possible. So for rideshare drivers, contact the app. Use the rideshare platform's in-app reporting. Legal counsel. I wouldn't jump to that, but you might need to. I would at least talk to someone just in case, so you have someone in your back pocket. Hopefully it doesn't cost a lot of money. So just some steps that you should do. So in Vancouver, I know most of my drivers are in America, but I want to point out that the cost that a customer pays to rideshare for taking rideshare isn't always directly set by Lyft, right? Lyft takes their cut, sure, they have their insurances, the things they need to pay, but check this out. Late night party goers might be disappointed to hear that Vancouver City Council wants to pull more money from their wallets as it's considering a proposal to double some fees on rideshare services during late night hours in downtown core. So this is the government saying straight up, hey, listen, we want more money when it's busy for Uber and Lyft. Why? Who knows? They just want more money. I don't understand why they feel entitled to this. But when a lot of drivers are complaining, oh, Lyft is taking like 70% or airport rides aren't paying as much, some of that comes down to the local taxes and fees that are being charged on top of that ride. So I do think Lyft can stand to give drivers more, right? So I'm not defending Lyft here, but I'm saying there's another percentage where if you guys want to push back on Lyft, you also have to push back on your local government for taking out more fees. Because why? What is the government doing here to offer a service for rideshare drivers that they should be paid for? I can get the airport, but I don't understand why, just because it's busy, this government body feels like they can take more money just because it's busy. You know, if you want to increase your base fees and taxes, go ahead. But if you want to double up during busy hours, I don't get it. I don't understand what the reason to do this is. With the cost of living at an all-time high, many groups are against the idea of paying more for ride-sharing services. Duh. Right? Duh. I'm not even going to read that quote because I know what they're going to say. The city is looking into a proposal that would double the service fee from 30 cents to 60 cents by 2025. It's an effort to manage congestion and curb traffic in the downtown area during peak hours. Why do they think that will stop people from going out or stop drivers from going out and drive? That this doesn't make any sense. It's pretty it is pretty modest now that I'm seeing the sense, but it's still double. It's a pretty modest fee proposal. It's not even a couple of bucks. Fine. The initiative is expected to generate about $3 million in incremental revenue over the next 2 years. See, and then when like you say 30, 60 cents, sure. But they went from 1.5 million in 2 years to 3 million in 2 years with that one increase. So shady. There's more vehicles on the road, and that includes Uber drivers who are cruising around and looking for a fare. It's better to have those people out driving than to have drunk people out driving. It does impact the traffic for all the road users, and it also contributes to the wear and tear of the roads and the need for more maintenance and that sort of thing. I feel like if Uber drivers didn't exist, people would drive regardless. I don't understand where the gap is coming from. So yeah, Kenner called it out. He said trying to reduce late night traffic in downtown core. I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I understand they think it will, but I don't think it will. If you want less of something, you tax it. I like that. If you want less of something, you tax it. That's what New York did with the cigarettes. You know, they're like $14, $15 a pack up there. So I get that. I agree with you. Ron says, I got stiffed by Uber last month with a ride from Somerville to Savannah. Oh my God, they only paid $60 pre-surge. Yeah, that ride used to be about $80. Even then, that's kind of low. I wouldn't take it during busy time. It's a 4-hour round trip. If I can average about $20 to $25 round trip, sometimes I'll take it if it's like during traffic hours and it gets me out of traffic. But 62, that like Uber is notoriously bad for long rides. And that's what I expect from Uber. I didn't expect that from Lyft, if that's what you're talking about. That's not a great ride at all. So I didn't know this, but there are certain states where it's literally illegal to take an Uber or a Lyft to go and vote. And that's in Michigan. And my mind is blown. I saw this. I'm like, no way. How is this possible? But thankfully, soon it won't be. All right, so I'm down with this. Here are some ways to get your polling place in Michigan. You can drive, take a bus, walk, ask a friend to drive you, maybe even take a train. But paying for a rideshare like Uber or Lyft to get you to your voting location is illegal. A misdemeanor offense with the possible jail time. I don't understand why. I mean, I know bad reasons why, right? And if let's just keep going. That's it. However, until Governor Gretchen signs House Bill 4568, which got final passage Tuesday from the Michigan Senate, the bill makes it legal to pay for a ride to a polling place. I don't understand why that was ever legal. It feels like that's a law that exists to keep poor people from voting. And if you have to cheat to win, what's the good in winning? Current law states that any voter who is physically able to walk cannot what? Okay. I'm sorry. Current law states that any voter who is physically able to walk cannot hire a vehicle to take them to vote. Only the voter is at risk of prosecution, not the driver. Okay. I'm biased, obviously, but okay. The harshest penalty is 90 days in prison, too much, and a $500 fine. If it's illegal and you fine people $500, fine. But this is too much for this. It doesn't even make sense. Driving a friend to the polls, for example, is not currently legal because it doesn't involve an exchange of money. Giving a friend gas money for the ride, however, is illegal. I don't understand. I need to know why. Why? We're running out of time, and I don't know why. I'm gonna figure out why, and we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna bring it back. Quickly want to mention DCC's 108% increase in carjacking. That's a double. 100% is double. Be aware of that. Don't know if any of you are in that area, but as inflation gets harder, and it becomes harder to make more money and keep the money you're making, crime goes up. So as drivers, you need to be aware of this. I'm not going to share too much of it. I do think that it's not as common as the news makes it seem, but you should still be aware of it. And you know what? I'm going to save this for next week. How much you should tip your Uber and Lyft driver according to drivers and adequate experts. It's a good article. It's nice to see that some people are in our corner when it comes to things like that. But we have a new video. It's going to be out in about 3 minutes. We do have a little bit of time to kill. So yeah, let's do this article. It says decab man said he had to wait an hour for an ambulance after suffering stroke. County pushes back. I believe this is in Atlanta. There could be more than one decab. I don't know. But Decatur, Georgia. Yeah. So this is out in Atlanta. This story is an interesting one.
EMS response time continues to be a problem in their neighborhoods. Now, this is a story we've been following for 4 months now.
That's right. So 11 Alive's Teresa Bowles spoke with the patient who was told it would be an hour before he could be taken to the emergency room. But the county is saying that's not the case.
Ron Shearer says AMR paramedic wrote him this message to apologize and gave him the direct contact to his chief. Stroke symptoms have to be taken seriously.
When I woke up, I had double vision. I couldn't see straight.
Ronald Shearer knew something was wrong, so he called 911.
I got here pretty quick, and they evaluated me, and they said, do you want to go to the hospital? I said, yeah, I need to go. And they said, well, if you want to go by ambulance, it's going to be at least an hour.
Shearer had heard the stories about slow EMS response times in DeKalb County. The Brookhaven police chief even spoke out about it.
I don't understand why they couldn't take him in whatever car they had there. Like, I understand there's probably some protocol around it, but if you know time is of the essence, I don't understand the trade-off.
So he made the decision to call a Lyft.
The sooner you get there, the more they can do.
But DeKalb County Fire Chief Darnell Fulham says there's been a misunderstanding.
At the time of that ambulance being canceled, it was about 10 minutes away.
Here's the timeline he gave me. The call was received at 8:26 in the morning. Fire paramedics arrived at 8:39. An ambulance was called at 8:51, which would have had an arrival time of about 9:01. Shear's Lyft arrived at 9. Fulham acknowledges that there have been some challenges with American medical response.
We continue.
All right, so Lyft got there a minute faster than they said the ambulance would, but we also don't know if it showed up at that time or not. I can't go any further. My new video is about to launch. You guys need to go over there and watch it. It helps. It helps a lot. I won't be back next week, Monday. I'm going to enjoy my honeymoon in New York. So I'll see you guys the Monday after that, which whatever date that is, that's the date it is. Thanks for hanging out. And I'm